You know, I used to take a supplement back in my early 20s. I took this one supplement. Supports endocrine health. It's just mainly herbs. Then there's some like glandular extracts and things, and that helped me have a lot more energy and better athletic performance. And I think I'm going to go back to taking that. I am now in a somewhat more stable situation. You know, yeah, there was this future scene where I believe they were gaslighting me. I believe perhaps my own daughter was gaslighting me, saying that I'm the reason why all her friends, boyfriends, have foreskins, and I don't even think that's true. I think I'm surrounded by NSA contractors. I don't think my message is getting out at all. It's too inflammatory, you know. It's too inflammatory, and this is why I shouldn't ever receive a dime for anything that I do, you know. Well, if so, well, you know, where's my, you know, I did apply for Social Security. I mean, where's that? You know, if you're gonna treat me like, well, you know, I don't know. I mean, nobody's watching, so nobody's actually watching. So got this a new subscriber. You know, I thought her name was very interesting. And I'm sorry, Victoria, if you are just, it's all just happenstance. I mean, you just started putting out little videos, you know. I don't know, stranger things happen every day, of course, but I don't know. Supposedly she's made comments on other videos, and I never responded, and I never responded because I never saw them, you know. Victoria Langley. So Victoria Langley, a very conventional seeming channel. Of course, this channel art is interesting. You got seemingly a scene out of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, though with dogs. Here we have the all-seeing eye in the form of the dog's nose, and there's Raw right over the top. There's his lawyer friend. This is meant to be Hunter S. Thompson, the Hunter S. Thompson character. A very, you know, conventional playlist here. And then we have a handful of uploads which began very recently. And they're all very brief little clips, like this is 2 seconds long. This is fun. 2 seconds long. Yep. That's interesting. You know, this is a drive. Here's a little drive, and nothing much goes on. You know, here's some mariachis playing. Oh, this is 20 seconds long, and you know, it's just a little trip to South America. Anyway, you get the idea. Nothing happens. It's these. I don't know what these are meant to convey. I don't know if it's code or what, or you know. Anyway, I'm sure there is a you know, there must be a well, you know, yeah. I'm just saying the name is interesting. That's all I'm saying. And they're probably just doing this to mess around with me, really. See, she let the series of stuff. They just key up little values of comments. Just very encouraging words, saying that my message is getting out there, and I should get some kind of. She hopes I get some kind of help. Anyway, probably making too much of this. Interesting comment, and actually it's very nice to get an actual reply from you to my comments. Thank you. They've never let me see your comments before. It must mean something has shifted at the CIA headquarters. So there's been a victory at the CIA headquarters, you know, in Langley, Virginia. You know, I don't know, as though I've won some people over when the critical, you know, one faction, you know, beat the other faction and, you know, convinced them that a different treatment, you know, is the best course. Of course, I heard this Voice to Skull little thing. They often communicate with me through songs, and what was it? Da-na-na-na. Heaven, if you don't mind. And the rhythm got so bad, and the something else more than I don't know. I don't know the lyrics, but it's heaven if you don't mind. Yeah, I almost got killed the other day, actually. I was distracted and I almost hit me. So, yeah, I'm wondering what's going on. I mean, are people buying my art on Redbubble? Is this happening? Is it good enough, or certainly unique? I mean, realistic paintings, you know, but with you know, a few little fantastical elements or futuristic sci-fi elements, you know, from what I remember of the future. Anyone? I think that maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know what else to do. I gotta try to. Well, I might go with this one publishing deal, but they're telling me they're gonna. They don't want me doing anything else, you know, because I worked on these black projects, and then they don't want me remembering in specifics what I did and making anything more, because, yeah, it's too destabilizing. I don't know. I need help. There's another admission of weakness. Can't have that. Start working out again. I don't know what they're doing to me, but they're really... I'm feeling awfully demotivated, and I can't... The situation I'm in, it's really ultimately not a good situation. And I know But yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny how things have to go so badly wrong, you know, so that you know, it makes for a really obvious lesson. You know, otherwise, all you little idiots can interpret it any way you want. Isn't that right? This is all just so. This is so pedestrian. This is like this whole story of mine. It's like to me, it's like it's taking place in the 1950s or something. You people are so behind the times. Park Indians. Passport through all this. Conversations going faster. Conversations. I got to go out to the trails, you know. Bury some artifacts from the future. Don't want them falling into the wrong hands, you know. These people that they did not, they don't rate to have these things, and may have been compromised already. Anyway, yeah, that operative, he left, you know. He masqueraded as this crazy veteran, you know, had seen too much combat, and yeah, I recommended he get some PTSD compensation, that he apply for that, you know. They got that guy heavily programmed, and, you know, he's not getting paid, he's just, you know, he's in deep cover, you know, he's method acting, though he doesn't know it, you know. Who knows? He may be dead, you know. That's what some people are speculating. I was getting some really seriously bad vibes from him, and I think he might have poisoned my my peanut butter. He thought I was poisoning him. Yeah, they do have these little, you know, RF operated valve compartment things that, you know, release this real powerful little drugs, and, you know, or they can condition you, you know, they can condition you to, you know, they poison you a little bit, and they have you focus in on all the nuances. Well, I mean, they can gather that data when they poison somebody. And then, you know, electromagnetically, and then they just, you know, send that out, you know, and to what that little, it's an implant, and then you feel as though you're getting poisoned, and, you know, anyway, he threatened to kill me like the first night I moved in there, and that was just right off the bat, you know, and I guess he assumed I was an operative, you know. Moving against, you know, that they'd sent against him, you know. So I de-escalated that situation and gave him some CBD, you know, to calm down, and, you know, trying to save his life, you know. You know, Donnie, you know, I don't know why I said those things. You know, we would be far from miserable. I think we would be very happy together. And, you know, please let me be sweet with you and our daughters, you know, please. Please let me experience that, you know. That's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted somebody to love, you know, and to have that just be an untarnished experience, you know, and experience the wholeness of that, and I've got little glimpses, you know, I've caught little glimpses at times, you know. But they always, I think half the time they were trying to give me a bad experience, you know. Some of these women they sent my way, you know, they were all, God, you know, they're all good women. But I think, you know, they prevented me. And now, you know, now there's you. You know, is this... I passed by, you know, somebody, you know, last week, born in the same year as you know. In retrospect, yes, she must have been. She had a t-shirt on to indicate that. And yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I'm so sorry. And I know who she was, you know, and there was a future with her too. I think, you know, you know, why can't a woman be a white knight sometimes, you know? That's real. I think that's even reflected in some of the fairy tales, you know. I'm trying, you know. I'm trying to elevate myself. I will. But this idea that you can be complete in yourself, and you know, that's foolish, you know. And I was programmed to believe that I don't need a woman, you know. What do I need, you know? That a woman would weigh me down, and they just wanted to use me. What is going on with this camera? What is that ticking? Okay, so we could green screen in. Anyway, I need to put the green screen down. Could you digitally modify this, Fred? Just, yeah, see, this is what they want, you know. You see, I mean, I'm being sucked back. I've been programmed. You know, I've seen all this before. And they inserted all this stuff in. Then they did this data dump. You know, in that big electromagnetic machine, almost looked like a lighthouse or something. And that's when they did the sardonyx, big sardonyx, black sardonyx stone was part of the treatment. I don't know what else they put some other pretty crazy artifacts in the witness well. Yeah, I'm just programmed to, you know, to sabotage myself. And, you know, if I can talk to somebody, you know, I set an appointment to talk to a therapist, you know, about all these issues, you know. So I'll do that, you know. But why can't you call me? Why don't you think it would be therapeutic for, you know, for us to talk? Why? Is it, you think you would feel too sorry for me or something, and you'd think like, well, if I have children with this man, well, I'll have to raise him too. I'm not a child, we can help each other. We can help each other. We can help each other. There's a limit. There's just a limit to what these people will do, and I'm sort of. They see the world as a stage, and it's just. They're trying to preserve elements of the culture. They're trying to, against these crushing forces, they're trying to aggrandize themselves. But listen, most of these people have families themselves. There's kind of a limit, to what they'll do. I've indicated that, yes, they're interested maybe in our grandchildren, You have to trust me. I think if I had access to more resources, there's so much good I could do, And I don't know the state of affairs with you. They're just trying to make me look like a gold digger, That's not what I am. I'm a very disciplined person, actually. But you can't be isolated. This is crazy. I need to partner up with anybody remotely suitable. It's not, it's nothing about social status or ready resources, Though they've thwarted me at every turn in my attempts to gather and to make money, Everything I tried. There was a fucking microwave emitter, my fucking neighbor. I had multiple people around me. They maneuvered, us into that witch house, They killed the last owner was a drug dealer. He was a drug producer. He had a sophisticated packaging and a grow-op in the basement, and big packaging, all these packaging machines, all this real sophisticated stuff. Like he was, he was a packager. Who knows what else he was making? But he had a grow-op, and it. I actually saw them raid the house, that house. Actually, I was actually driving by on Jefferson. I was coming off the bridge, when they raided that house. Then they caused somebody else to get drunk and fall off the balcony and break their head open on the walk below. So right, and the place is haunted too. Yeah, this door will slam over and over. It's not the wind. Never was the wind, Too many things, Bats in the attic and squirrels trapped in the basement on a regular basis, and listen, I'm really not emotionally affected. It's the camera. I'm sorry. It's the camera. It's just the camera, that's triggering me, And I'm not, I'll be okay. I'm going to be okay. And I will go to therapy. I'm going to go to therapy. That is going to, I recognize that I've been wanting to, that I recognize that'll help me. So why don't you just call me, It's not a big deal, we can talk, We can meet up, we can go for a stroll, we can have coffee or whatever. You know, it's not a. We could have lunch. It's not a big deal. You know, it's not a big deal. I'm not desperate. I'm not anything. I just, you know, this is. I just feel like. I know you've been dealing with a complex situation. I know it has been complicated. It's been complicated, I know. But, I don't know, you know, maybe your father didn't approve. I don't know. Or, you know, you thought he didn't, or, you know, you have some kind of idea that they don't want you to be happy or something, you know. And they wonder where you got that idea, and, you know. I don't know. I mean, I've been misled about so many things, so. Yes, I mean, zapping those implants, I mean, it has helped. It has disabled some of the systems, so I'm doing a little better, you know. I am doing a little better. Anyway, I know. Yeah, I just felt I had to do this because I know that other people are going to deal with this kind of thing. You know, people need to adapt in new ways. Yeah, I just wonder. I mean, you know. I watched a lot of independent films in the 90s, you know, about that were derived from, you know, people's visions of the future, and you know, and some of the like tragic situations, you know, that would occur. And I just, you know, why does this need to be a big fucking tragedy? You know, why does it need to be a big fucking tragedy? You know, I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to identify as being a victim. I'm a survivor. You know, I want to survive and reproduce and prosper and all that. So, you know, and that's the right thing. That's a success story. That they would sanction that. They would be okay with that. You know, but they want to see somebody overcome something. You know, because that's a positive message, at least. You know. In the future, I mean, everybody's going to have access to these technologies which that have afflicted me. There's no two ways about it, you know. So, you know, the forces of light and darkness are going to converge on the big battlefield, you know, of Armageddon, I suppose. Hey, how's it going? But, you know, all that's very much beside the point, you know. I just like to talk to you. We don't have forever. And I don't want to wait till the next time. And why don't we try something different, you know, this time around, you know. We're always meeting in a war, and there's too great a gulf, you know, to leap over. So that's how it ends up, you know. And there's just no good reason for that. And it was all artificially constructed because of these cowards, you know, these fucking cowards. You don't really want to engage with life, and they want to be secure in their holdings, you know. And it's wrong. It's inequity, you know, on a scale that, you know, what's going on, you know, in this little microcosm that I'm talking about, you know, it's occurring on a grand scale, you know, all across the earth, you know. So let's you know, let's why don't we be that, you know, the change that we you know, want to see in the world? Why not? Why not?